By the way, since 0 is no more,
Yes?
you will be replaced by 6, so if you ever see that call sign, you'll know.
I don't really concern myself with your agents.
I am not informing you, boss.
So we are desperate enough to get him?
We're gonna talk them. Dex, and I don't think, considering you've been dealing with a full focus on a crisis, either of you know about this. I've kept this pretty lock and key.
He announced himself pretty clearly.
Wakey,
Get up.
wakey.
Well, well, well. How the mighty have fallen.
Is this
We
one
have
of
an
Valen's
Inquisitor.
men?
Yes, they surrendered themselves to us.
Hey, Dex.
Why? How do you know my... Oh my fucking god.
Been a while.
Yeah, no shit. I sent you to get trained for a coming war with potentially a Zard, and this? This is what happens? What the hell happened to you?
Valen happened. I don't regret going, as I'm much stronger than I was before, but there were some regrettable consequences.
Outwardly, you're stronger.
He's already talking the way.
Like
He's
what?
already talking that way, Dex. That's why I'm concerned. He's talking
Yeah.
the I'm
It's
stronger and the
far
previous me
gone.
is dead.
Don't be so dramatic, boss. I just mean that I'm more capable, is all.
Nick, why did you come back?
Or are you more easy to
To
piss
warn
off?
of Palpatine's return. When
Didn't really
Valen
work.
told me that he was going to join Palpatine, I obviously wasn't going to go along with that, so I fled back to the Vanguard. I was there when Valen spoke with Palpatine over the holocron.
So you've seen that he is definitely alive with your own eyes?
Yes, I can confirm I have seen Palpatine with my own eyes.
Lovely.
Is that Saber?
Duh.
No.
No, this is D.
He already
Yeah.
knows. He was there.
He
Yeah,
does
he's
know.
one of the people who knew.
Oh, it was?
We're-
Everyone
for as
who
long as
knows
we
is in
can,
this room.
Durendal, we will be keeping you will be keeping your facade up. No matter if you're compromised or not, the Vanguard doesn't need to know. No one needs to know outside the fucking higher ups of the Empire. We'll be.
I understand. I will refer to you as Durandal then. Regardless, what brings you to my cell today, boss?
It's not been a day. It has been an hour and a half.
The concept of time is really
say
warped.
it.
Of course it's warped. He's
First-
been dead after all.
Of course, yeah. He said he was gone for years when he was gone for 9 months.
Look, there wasn't a clock
under a
in
year.
my quarters, okay?
Let's assume that. Dax, he says he broke away from Valen Willing, saying you could not side with them, the Emperor. What do you say? Do you think he's
Yeah.
a plant, or is he being genuine?
Well, Nick, tell me. What's your plan now that you're here? Now that you've completed your mission to warn us about Palpatine?
My intention was to rejoin the Vanguard and help you fight against this new Dark Empire.
Do you
Maybe that's what
understand?
it's called. It's called the Dark Empire,
Empire.
which
Of course.
is ruled by a Darksider. No more facade of being a gold man. It's going to be power. Oh no, I didn't think of that.
What?
Huh?
The Emperor's not gonna hide his power. He doesn't have an enforcer like Vader to do it anymore.
Valen would probably be too weak for that.
Valen
He's
is
gonna be
definitely
going all
confident
out.
enough. But either way, yes.
So I offer the Vanguard my services the same way I did before I left. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's just a little too convenient as soon as he showed up a probe droid with Valen telling him that he's dead to him, die, and then Valen declared war on the Vanguard.
I
As soon
mean,
as he showed up.
boss,
Very convenient timing.
doesn't this seem a little familiar?
How
Don't you
so?
think maybe this has happened one time before?
You gotta remind me. I'm old.
You mean you forgot about the time I accelerated Assard's war effort against the Vanguard?
You got a demotion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Because you were fighting for what's right, and you were willingly doing it. This just seems a little too fighting for what's right and shit like that.
Honestly, I believe him. I think that
Rendell, what
as
do you think?
naive and stupid as Nick can be, especially trifling with the dark side, I think his heart is in the right place. Even if he's not doing it the way he should be.
Thank you, Dax. I appreciate that.
Durandal?
I don't know about him being pure of heart or anything. But he could be useful.
Here's the thing. If Palpatine didn't show up, Nick wouldn't have came back. He was perfectly
That's
happy
true.
Makes me
with what
think.
he was doing.
But back then, Valen was also our ally.
Was he,
still
though?
was.
Yeah, was he?
Yes, he was. That's why Valen turning
On
against
paper.
us came as a shock to me when I first heard of it. You know, the Vanguard and the Arvine Protector used to work pretty closely together.
Yes, but he's been very manipulative recently.
Yeah, recently. Now we see
Durandal.
why.
You've always been the person I've been closest to in the Vanguard, so I'm just gonna tell you like it is. Being honest with my reasons for returning. I don't know if my heart's in the right place, or however Dax put it, but we can blow shit up like old times if that's what you're interested in.
My question is, what does the Palpatine get out of declaring war on us, other than Nick here? They don't know we have the artifact. I made sure.
He knows about the orb. He came here for
The orb was
equipment.
moved. Imperial prospectors have already reported that. I made sure that they knew that after Palpatine did that little stint that said it was disposed of. He has no reason to come here. So him declaring
Perhaps
war on
he's
us is
after you,
Valen's
boss.
conquest.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have to come here
Could
himself.
be. Yeah, I think if
He is
Valen
wanting
wants
total
us dead, it's
subjugation of the
Valen.
galaxy.
Perhaps he's after you, boss.
That would
Why?
make
I'm
sense.
just a nobody force user.
You're a powerful
I barely
one,
can even compare to someone.
and not aligned with him.
Powerful? Come on.
Maybe not powerful, but Valen did say Palpatine plans to eliminate all Force users that are not subordinate to him.
Another genocide.
Nonetheless, they clearly see the
For
Vanguard
66
as some
all
kind of
over
threat
again.
to them.
I have some good news. While we were chatting here, the CIS, the true CIS, because they actually are the Confederacy when has fully supported us.
Good.
We
Great.
have Crate's full
Finally.
support.
That's
Well,
a good
with
thing
the
we gave
support of
over
a
that
historical
factory
winning
bin then.
team
That
like the
definitely helped a lot.
CIS, how could we fail?
The
So, one
CIS
thing
were
great.
doomed to lose because the Sith had subjugated them. This is not the case anymore.
They're untethered.
Fair.
And Crate is, because he realizes Palpatine, with Organizer, is working on revamping every single one of his contingency codes to avoid old codes that only Palpatine could activate.
So has
we
Crate
can't shut
reactivated
down
the
or
CIS
turn again.
droid factories?
He's going to. He's also broadcasting himself to local sectors right now, saying that if they need protection from the Dark Empire and what's to come, they are to join the fold. It's working.
That is good news.
Think we doubted him. Honestly, boss, as much of a risk as they may seem. Oh, okay.
Good old Bulk.
He might be the reason Palpatine will come here.
I mean, half a breadsticks is a reason.
Palpatine's after the breadsticks. We need to secure
I
them
don't-
now.
I feel like he's just trying to distract us by something, but I don't think it's working.
Yeah, a little levity would be nice, but it just doesn't quite shake the nerve, you know? Prospect of total annihilation, kind of hard to put that aside.
But half a breadsticks.
Yeah, I could go for some breadsticks. Honestly, you might see us as a risk, but I think we're gonna need Nick's help on this.
I'm gonna have to agree with
Valen's
that.
going against us. He could be our closest bet to being able to fight against him. He knows, he's been working for Valen, so he knows Arvani inside and out, as well as its forces.
This is true. I've had quite an
Oh.
intimate experience with it.
Also, Dax, I want to let you know something. Killed Havy.
Killed Havy?
Oh, right. Nick admitted he
Trial by
killed
combat.
Havy.
Yeah, that was my final initiation. It was a trial by combat between us.
Havy was their right-hand man.
So,
man,
typical
in a way,
Sith.
that means that Nick's stronger than Havy. Honestly.
Trial, rule 2, but that's actually morbid, but that is good news. If you're strong enough to fight Havy, then you really could have a chance with.
Fine, you can.
Just don't try
Let me
anything,
get to
Nick.
Stretch my legs.
Go. Hold on. Why are we walking when I have executive? 1 second.
There he goes. Got any cards?
No.
Sadly, I don't think now is the time.
For what it's worth,
It's
Dax,
alright.
I did miss you.
Get used to that sensation.
I remember these portals. I think we only used them like once or twice.
We have a
Yeah.
powerful enough for a reactor to actually function these now. They only work local to the
Nice.
power grid. Unfortunately, that is all we're going to be able to do with that Rakadin tech.
Okay, so we now have 2 Force users, 3 if we count Boss as well, since not be on the front line as much. We
I
have
will not be
the
on the front lines at
Mandalorians,
all.
and we have the Mandalorians as well as the full strength of the CIS remnant.
And Saber's entire rest of his intel network and the allies he has accrued. Let's go over. Okay, let's start this list. All right.
However, we have all of this against the entirety of a now reuniting empire, including a newcomer in the form of Valen and his protectorate.
Okay, I'm writing down notes. Let's go over every single known connection and ally in the galaxy. Top of our head. All right.
Okay.
Who comes to mind? My old crew. They aren't much. They're getting old. They are competent.
Well, if they can fight, are willing to help, I'll take them.
Could ask Alan Laszlo.
He's really old. 77. I'm sure he'll
He could
pick
still
up a
be of
gun, though.
use.
Give Kynesworthy a gun, stick him on the front line.
No.
No,
Kinesworthy's our droid guy.
he's working overtime on all of our R&D equipment right now.
Yeah, aren't you just got a quintupled budget?
I was attempting a joke.
I
Sparrow,
could.
Any allies? Anyone you know in the galaxy?
Might have a few old buddies from bounty hunting, but not really much I can actually get. Or not really much of...
Might have to outsource help hiring people. Also, Sparrow, you complained a bit ago that you needed something done, some history. You saying you're looking for a Hugo Damask, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I found out who he is. He's Palpatine's Sith Master.
Yes, he is.
Darth Plagueis.
What?
He was the previous Sith Lord. Sorry if that comes as a shock to you, because I'm sure you know who Hugo Damask is, because his big role in politics, in funding shit. Your time. Dax.
Yeah, of course. He was the Sith Lord. Man behind Palpatine?
That man called out a hit squad on the few people I actually cared about. It doesn't matter
Draco,
now.
go ahead.
I know a group of, let's call them terrorists, that could be of use.
What is their name?
They're having trouble deciding one, but I can give you their
Alright.
contact information.
Dax. Contacts
Well-
you know. You have your New Republic contacts. Let's avoid those right now.
Well, boss, I really don't have anyone specifically who would be combat. I just have a few drinking buddies, and well, I have Midna. She's good with medicine, and also knows a thing or two about combat. But honestly, boss, I was about to suggest you might end up having to ally with the New Republic.
You think
I
they'd
need
go
to speak
for
with
it?
so many committees in our people. Considering allying or reaching out to the New Republic on a broad scale endangers everything we've ever.
Indeed.
Yeah, but if Palpatine defeats the New Republic, we are gonna be endangered on a
We'll
massive
be next.
scale.
I'm unsure if I'm willing. Last thing I want is figure out we have super weapons mad at us.
Boss raises a fair point, but it's worth considering as a final resort if it comes to that.
Thrawn is still alive if you're unaware.
Yes, he could be of use to us.
Of course. Thrawn and the Empire of the Hand. What about them?
I don't know if the Empire of the Hand would be loyal to Palpatine. You're not speaking out of fear.
Right,
There are
he
a
might
lot
be
of
loyal to him.
Palpatine, but the Empire of the Hand was organized out of people wanting to make a defense force. Threats. This might justify a mobilization of the Empire of the Hand, but what little we are hearing about them, they want nothing to do with this, and the Empire does not have any interest. They don't even know they exist.
So we can them out.
We've been a bit more brazen with our involvement in the galaxy. We can't just shrug off that we don't exist anymore. We lost that privilege years ago. They don't want to lose that advantage.
At this point, the best we've been able to do was hide who we were helping rather than hide our own existence. But now, well, looks like even that's not going to be an option anymore. Regardless of what's going on, Palpatine's on us dead, at the very least Valen, and that's enough.
The good news is a threat as existential as Palpatine will surely make a lot of factions open to negotiation.
Think of factions in the galaxy we can align with. For a long time, we cannot work with the CSA, suggested. The Vanguard had war plans to go to attack them and seize their territory and defeat. And unfortunately, those have to be put on the back front. Once this base was done, we were gonna plan to go to war in a month or two.
As loath as I am to say it, perhaps we could contact some of the crime syndicates to try to disrupt the Dark Empire's trade.
Small Shadow Collective. No, maybe not.
Are they even still around?
Unsure.
A lot of the syndicates we worked with. A lot of the syndicate we worked with aren't around anymore. Black Sun, they're completely gone.
Mandalorians are the strongest ally by far, followed by the CIS. Independence is probably side with the New Republic over us.
Hopefully our technology gives us at least a slight edge, but I doubt it.
We don't know what they have yet is the issue. Once we have that figured out, we can gauge if we're actually superior or lesser. This is day one, third hour of the war. There's yet to be a single encounter between us and the enemy. All we do is wait.
All we have so far is just reports from our places. Reports aren't looking good so far.
The calm before the storm is always the worst.
Over like some sort of like weird wormhole appeared off Coruscant, and a fleet attacked.
Oh, wormhole.
Never heard of it. I don't know. It's sort of fucking force technique for sure. Considering that's when I first sensed Palpatine. It's him showing himself off to the galaxy by powers astronomical.
The power to transport an entire fleet through a wormhole, that's beyond anything I've even conceived.
The net is not going to help. If he could do this, he could just show up over. We hope it's maybe a one-time thing, artifact, but I don't. We're in part of this. Worried. For right now. Other than being on full alert. Dax, you're gonna be staying here. Your wife is already being... We're at war. Valen knows about her. Moved as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
don't worry. I already, I've already told my family to get ready to come here as soon as they get the order.
You've already been moved, and they're not coming here. Too obvious.
Of course. Yeah.
Let's just... Till something happens. We don't know if it... Till an attack happens. Our enforcement watch in... whatever the hell. Scatterbrained. Just watching the gap. We're just gonna get
The
to
best
that.
we can.
It endangers your agent, Durendal, but you're gonna... Their lives are worthy sacrifices to Galaxy. Because I know it's going to... The Holland that's gonna fall soon. That'd be the East Elapsed Galactic Inf...
Yeah, if the HoloNet is taken out, that'll put a halt on pretty much everything.
Yep. We'll have to go back to the black market HoloNet. And that'll pretty much cement our status as outlaws against the Empire.
Our military broadbands use our own. So we are not going to be affected by a blackout. The only time we ever were affected by a blackout was the Death Stars. Well, not 10 years. Forgot the first Death Star with the second.
Yep. Now
So
the question
for 4
is,
years we've been on our own broadband that will not be affected by a HoloNet shutdown.
now all I can hope is that with Palpatine back, there won't be a third Death Star.
I'm gonna be sick, oh god. Dax. Dax. That Imperial we got.
You saying, boss?
Do you know that Imperial Commander's Handbook we got maybe 10, 9 or 7 or 8 years ago? Or however long, I don't remember. We have an Imperial Commander's Handbook. Do you know what was mentioned in?
What was mentioned in it?
A Super Star Destroyer with a super laser.
Super Star Destroyer. The super laser. God.
I don't think it exists. Palpatine would have, no. I might be in denial, but I doubt it. Because Palpatine would have first unveiled that immediately. That's just him. He would show off the super weapon immediately, and he hasn't.
Yeah, I hope you're right. My intuition tells me that if he already had it, he would have used it when taking or he would have used it when his fleet shocked in.
He would have used it to damage Coruscant. Blow it up.
Need
Either
for
way,
that.
probably has something, weapons of mass destruction. Probably also has Sith alchemy insanity. That's the thing I'm scared about.
Yeah. literally gloves off for Palpatine. He's got all the tricks in the Sith handbook at his disposal.
I'm gonna say something that this is a risk to security. The Telos holocron that we recovered off of, Telos, obviously, has been stored away safely in a vault. Far away. But the issue is, it detailed a lot of what's happened. Palpatine's will live forever. He's already fulfilled that. I didn't believe it. Figured it was incomplete. He wrote.
Of course. Yeah, that's another big thing. We don't know how Palpatine survived. The holocron say anything about that?
The clone? Nothing I can discern, unfortunately. He said there was a way to immortality. Said something about how his dark spirit will live forever.
Possible spirit to stay in a tangible form like that through the Force.
Could be the opposite of Force Ghost.
Whatever it is, it certainly isn't natural.
So, I have orders for everyone. It's part of the veterans. Dex, free to go whenever. And have an escort, though, with you.
Of course.
Rescue, to get your minds off this, I will ask that you do not stress yourself out constant thought that Palpatine is. Alright?
Exactly. At the end of the
Find
day,
stuff that you enjoy. Go for a walk. Go gamble. Build your quarters. Done. Shipments are coming.
at the end of the day, as messed up as these circumstances might be, it's just another day at the job site for us, Frame.
Yes, treat this
Fight.
as if it's no other day. Today is a day off.
Yep, when we're on the job, we fight and we win. We're not, we relax and train and enjoy ourselves. Let's not let fear rule over us. Let's not change that.
For my part, I'm probably going to go get some real food in me and then meditate for a bit.
You're coming with me then.
Alright, boss. I can go for a walk.
We need to figure out how far gone you how true we are. I brought one Darksider back from the brink before. I brought Havy back. You know what that brought? She got back, and you know what she kept on doing? Tapping into the dark side by using Force Lightning. You know what she did?
What?
To go in and embraces the darkness. And then she thinks brazen and equal to single combat and lose, dies. I trained her for many years, and she died. She had an ego that she never could shake off. She could never shake off the dark side. I don't want the fuck.
I understand, boss.
Don't throw your life away. Just embrace the dark side. It's gonna take time to reach. All right, you're left to your own devices. Boy. Always keep your gun on you. Always expect something.
Of course. Well, Durandal, messed up as it is,
For quite a while.
good to have you back.
Certainly been intriguing.